Today we will see about the posterior triangle. Posterior posterior triangle. It is the space lateral to the lateral to the neck. It is a space on the side of the neck, rather on the side of the neck. It is the space on the side of the neck, on either side, neck of the either side. Anteriorly, there is a posterior border of sternomastoid. Anteriorly there is a posterior border of sternomastoid. Posteriorly, anterior border of trapezius. Posteriorly, anterior border of the trapezius. Base, the base is covered by the clavicle. Apex is meeting point of these two muscles, that is the sternohyoid muscle. Schematic diagram, it is the clavicle. I draw this diagram. It is the sternocleidomastoid. It is the trapezius. Schematic diagram. Trapezius. You can see here anteriorly, posterior border of the sternomastoid. Posteriorly, anterior border of the trapezius. It is the clavicle. Apex is formed by these two muscles. They are often truncated. Truncated means they meet at right angle. They are truncated. And this triangle has been divided into two by the omohyoid, superior belly of omohyoid muscle. This posterior triangle is divided into two by the omohyoid muscle, and upper part is called as the greater part. Upper part is called as this upper part. Upper part is called as occipital part, and it is called as supraclavicular or subclavius triangle. It is called as supraclavicular or subclavius triangle. Two triangles are here. Upper triangle is occipital triangle. Inner triangle is the supraclavicular triangle or subclavius triangle. Posterior triangle on the side of the neck. Anteriorly, posterior border of sternomastoid. Posteriorly, anterior border of trapezius. Base is formed by the clavicle. Apex is formed by the meeting of these two muscles. Sternomastoid and trapezius. And base is formed by the clavicle. It has been bifurcated by the omohyoid muscle. The larger part is occipital triangle. The smaller lower part is called as subclavius triangle or supraclavicular triangle. Well, it is regarding the. Now we'll see. I will see here once again. It is the sternomastoid. Posterior border of the sternomastoid. Posterior border of the sternomastoid, anterior border of the trapezius. It is the clavicle. Base is formed by the clavicle. Apex, they are both are meeting and truncated. And this triangle, posterior triangle, has been bifurcated, divided into two by the inferior belly of omohyoid. Inferior belly of omohyoid. The greater part is occipital part. Lesser triangle, greater triangle is the which occupied large space is occipital part. A small space is occupied, that is the supraclavicular triangle. It is regarding the triangle. Now we will see what are the structures in the roof. Roof is formed by the investing layer of the deep cervical fascia. Roof is occupied by the deep fascia, that is the investing layer of the deep cervical fascia. Then there is the platysma. There is a platysma, which is the muscle of the horror, fear and terror. Platysma is a subcutaneous muscle. Then there is you can see here, lesser cutaneous nerves are there. They are cutaneous nerves, lesser occipital nerve, greater auricular nerve, supraauricular nerve, and anterior cutaneous nerve. Anterior cutaneous nerve is here. They are cutaneous, lesser occipital, greater auricular, supraclavicular nerves are there. And there is a external jugular vein. External jugular vein that is formed below the posterior angle, that is the lower part of the parotid gland. Posterior part of the parotid gland, it is formed by the retromandibular vein and posterior division of auricular vein. Posterior division of the retromandibular vein and posterior auricular vein, they will form the external jugular vein. It is the external jugular vein, it open into the subclavius vein. In the roof there are the structures, external jugular vein, which is formed by the posterior auricular vein, and the posterior division of the retromandibular vein form the external jugular vein, which opens into the subclavian vein. Subclavian vein you can see here. Subclavian vein. Then we can see the tributaries of the external jugular vein, that is the anterior jugular vein, posterior part of the jugular vein, and the subclavian vein and the supraclavicular vein are the tributaries. Tributaries are here. Now we will see about the jugular vein. We will complete the jugular vein. First, the jugular vein, it is as it opens to the subclavius vein. Throughout its course, it doesn't have the walls. Does not have walls. And it is used to diagnose the pressure, venous pressure, because it reflects the pressure of the right atrial venous pressure. Because the veins are full when person is in the sleeping position, when he is in the lying position, sleeping position, or in the recumbent position, he is full. But when the person occupies a 45-degree angle, 45 declination, they become empty. Veins become empty when the person has a 45-degree declination, or in the erect posture, the veins has to be emptied. But if the veins are full, in the 45-degree angle, if the veins are full in the 45-degree inclination or in the erect posture, it is usually observed in the congestive cardiac failure. It is observed in the congestive cardiac failure or cardiac tamponade. Do you know what is the cardiac tamponade? Heart has been suppressed by the covering of the heart, that is the pericardium. Heart has been suppressed by the coverings due to the collection of the fluid. That's called cardiac tamponade. And in the congestive cardiac failure, the venous pressure is high. It is a diagnostic value for the physician to diagnose the external jugular venous pressure. This is one part. Now we'll go to the floor. We have seen the roof, we have seen the cutaneous nerves, we have seen the jugular vein. Now we'll go to we have seen the platysma, and there are here what you see here. Here in the floor, what is the see? This is the semispinalis capitis, splenius capitis muscles, splenius medius, and the splenius medius. There is a first digitation of the serratus anterior. Here you are getting the first rib. First rib means has to be the subclavian artery and vein, because first rib is grooved by the anterior part. The superior part of the first rib is grooved by the subclavian artery and vein, isn't it? Now you will see the serratus anterior first division, splenius anterior, splenius posterior. You are getting the here in the roof, in the floor apart from the muscles, you are getting here trunks of the brachial plexus. Trunks of the brachial plexus you can see here. You can see the subclavian artery which is growing the first rib, which forms the groove on the subclavian vein, and the subclavian artery are there. First rib is here, and first division of the serratus anterior, and splenius anterior, splenius medius and posteriors are well seen here in the floor of the posterior triangle. Is it clear? Now we'll go to the nerves. What are the nerves are here? The nerves are present here: lesser occipital nerve, greater occipital nerve, nerve to rhomboides. They are muscular branches. Muscular branches, nerve to rhomboides, suprascapular nerve, nerve to serratus anterior muscle. Now you are getting your splenius, the branches of the branches, muscular branches to the C3, C4 to the trapezius, the muscular branches to the sternomastoid, the muscular branches to the serratus anterior, suprascapular nerve, and the trunks of the brachial plexus can be seen here, and the nerve to subclavius muscle. These are the nerves present in the triangle, posterior triangle. Lesser occipital nerve, greater occipital nerve, nerve to rhomboides, anterior cutaneous nerve. These are the nerve to serratus anterior, C3, C4, the branches, the muscular branches to the trapezius, muscular branches to the sternomastoid, spinal accessory nerve, 11th cranial nerve. It is very much important. 11th cranial nerve supplies to the sternomastoid as well as the trapezius. 11th cranial nerve, accessory nerve. It supplies to the sternomastoid and the trapezius. If it is something is wrong, it causes wry neck, torticollis. If there is something wrong with this nerve supply, something is wrong with the accessory nerve to the, it causes the wry neck or torticollis, this condition, because both muscles which form the boundary, trapezius and the sternomastoid, are supplied by the 11th cranial nerve. This has to be known. Now we'll go to the nerves. Now go to the arteries. What are the arteries are here? Lesser occipital artery. Occipital artery is a branch of external carotid artery. Now there is a superficial branch of transverse cervical artery. Superficial branch of cervical artery, suprascapular vein, subclavian artery. Subclavian artery which continues as axillary artery, then it will brachial artery. Subclavian artery is here. Again we are going to the external carotid arteries are here. External carotid arteries. That is the external jugular vein. External jugular vein opens into subclavian vein. External jugular vein, which doesn't have valves throughout its course. It opens into the subclavian vein. A subclavian artery, suprascapular nerve, then there is a blood vessels you can see here. Apart from this, the lymph nodes are here. These lymph nodes have a lot of clinical importance. I will tell you later on. The lymph nodes are here. The external jugular vein, suprascapular vein, subclavian artery, superficial branch of the transverse cervical artery, the levator scapulae muscle, and occipital artery, which is the branch of external carotid artery. And the lymph nodes are very much important here. The lymph nodes play a vital role in the clinical importance. Well, now as I told you, the inferior belly of Homo hyoid bifurcates the greater occipital part and lesser supraclavicular part. Two triangles are here. We will see the contents here. See here, in the occipital triangle, 11th cranial nerve, and 4 cutaneous branches: lesser occipital, greater auricular, anterior cutaneous nerve, suprascapular. Muscular branches, as I told you, levator scapulae, small branch to the trapezius, nerve to rhomboides, upper part of the brachial plexus are here. Here in the infraclavicular, that is the supraclavicular triangle, 3 trunks of the brachial plexus are seen here. Nerve to serratus anterior, also called long thoracic nerve. Nerve to subclavius, suprascapular nerves are seen. The vessels are concerned. Vessels means artery and vein. Transverse cervical artery and occipital artery. In the here, third part of the subclavian artery, supraclavicular artery and vein, the communicating commencement of the transverse cervical artery. Then lowest part of the external jugular vein can be seen here, and the lymph nodes are here. Lymph nodes are along with the posterior border of the sternocleidomastoid, supraclavicular lymph node, and few at the upper angle of the occipital node. Here few members of the supraclavicular chain of lymph node are seen. These are the various contents in the occipital triangle, suboccipital triangle. These are the contents. Subdivision of the posterior triangle: greater upper part, lesser part. Greater occipital part is called occipital triangle. The lower part is called as subclavian triangle or supraclavicular triangle. These are the different contents: the nerves, the vessels, the lymph. This has to be known. Is it clear? Now we'll go to I will explain in detail. Well, we have seen here the blood supply. Once again, I want to add to the blood supply. Apart from we have seen the blood supply here, blood vessels. Apart from here, the unnamed branches. There are unnamed branches of the occipital artery, unnamed branches of the superficial transverse cervical artery, unnamed branches of the subclavian arteries are also found here. Apart from the occipital artery, apart from the suprascapular artery, subclavian artery, apart from there are unnamed branches from the occipital artery, unnamed branches of the superficial transverse artery is also found here. This has to be known, and there is a the sternocleidomastoid and the trapezius. Sternocleidomastoid is called as cruciate muscle, isn't it? It's called as a cruciate muscle because it acts on the both cruciate muscle. And the trapezius is called the military carriage muscle. Trapezius is popularly called as military carriage muscle, isn't it? Trapezius is called military carriage muscle because it asks the patient because supplied by the 11th cranial nerve. Sternocleidomastoid also is supplied by the 11th cranial nerve. Ask the patient to shrug the shoulder. If you cannot do, that is a problem in the 11th cranial nerve. It is supplied by the trapezius and the sternomastoid. Both are supplied by the sternomastoid. Both are supplied by 11th cranial nerve. 11th cranial nerve, that is the accessory nerve. Accessory nerve. This has to be borne in the mind. If it is not if there is something is wrong in the supply, it is the condition called as wry neck. Condition called as wry neck or torticollis. Torticollis, there may be it may be congenital. It may be congenital, torticollis. It may be rheumatoid. It may be rheumatic torticollis. The person, the wry neck, the patient cannot twist his shoulder, cannot move his neck. That condition, wry neck or torticollis. This has to be known. Now we'll go to the remaining applied. The remaining applied contains, that is the lipoma. There is a enlargement of supraclavicular lymph node. As I told you, supraclavicular lymph node. There is a enlargement occurs under certain pathological condition. It may be due to the lipoma. Lipoma means the enlargement of the fatty tissue. Tuberculosis. Then Hodgkin disease. Hodgkin disease. It may be due to the Hodgkin disease. Or there is a pain there may be painful in the right neck, painful in the supraclavicular region due to the first rib. The first rib is present. First rib is the developmental problem. First cervical rib, there is a first rib is present. There is a cervical rib. First rib is that is cervical rib rather. Sorry, that is the cervical rib. There may be instead of thoracic rib, there is a cervical rib. Cervical rib may be present here. That may also compress the blood vessels. They may also compress the blood vessel present in the. It may also compress the root of the brachial plexus. Cervical rib may compress the blood vessel, that the subclavian artery, subclavian vein, or the root and trunk of the brachial plexus can be compressed. The cervical rib is present. It is present in the 3% of the population. Latest data shows 3 to 5%. It varies from 3 to 5% of the population globally. I am telling globally, cervical rib may present. When the cervical rib is present, it compresses the corresponding what we have seen. We have seen the structures present in the subclavian triangle. We have seen the contents present in the subclavian triangle may be compressed. It requires surgical correction. The tuberculosis, there is enlargement of lymph node. The Hodgkin disease is a disease of the lymph node. Lipoma is nothing but there is a abnormal collection of the fat, adipose tissue. Abnormal collection of the adipose tissue. Now we will see about cystic hygroma. That is the cystic hygroma. One more problem, that is the cystic hygroma. Cystic hygroma. It is present. It is the error in the intrauterine life. It is in the intrauterine life, error in the formation of lymph sac. Error in the formation of lymph sac. There is a error in the formation of lymph sac. It's called cystic hygroma. Cystic hygroma in the children, in the infants during the pregnancy, there may be any developmental error, formation of error in the lymph sac is called cystic hygroma. Cystic hygroma, only the survival rate in this, the baby is born with cystic hygroma, only the survival rate is 10%. Cystic hygroma, the babies, the infants, the born. There is a developmental anomaly, formation, errors. There is errors in the formation of lymph sac is called cystic hygroma, also called lymphangioma. Cystic hygroma, that is the 10% only the success rate is only 10%. Usually 90% of the baby are still born. They won't survive. Now we'll go to the pharyngeal pouch. It is the pharyngeal pouch is present usually in the old age. The pharyngeal pouches, it is the herniation. Pharyngeal pouches are here. the pharyngeal pouches is herniation between the muscle of the pharynx. Herniation of the muscles of the pharynx in the old age. Especially it occurs in disease of the old age characterized by regurgitation. Regurgitation. T-A-T-I-O-N. Regurgitation. It is a herniation. It is a herniation between the muscles of the pharynx. Muscles of the pharynx, herniation will occur. There is a pharyngeal pouches are old, regurgitation, chronic cough may occur. There may be aspiration will occur. Aspiration has occurred. It is the pharyngeal pouches, which is a herniation, occurs in the old age. Herniation between the muscles of the pharynx. It is the pharyngeal pouches. Now we'll go to the important. Now we'll see about the one important. There is a left enlargement of left supraclavicular. Enlargement of left supraclavicular lymph node. This point to be noted. This point has to be noted. The enlargement of left supraclavicular lymph node, not right, left side. You know left side what happens? Left side there is a opening of the thoracic duct. There is a opening of the thoracic duct will open here. Thoracic duct will open here. In the left subclavian vein. Left subclavian vein. Isn't it? Left subclavian vein. Thoracic duct will open here in the left side. This has to be borne in the mind. Left supraclavicular lymph node. Enlargement of, once again I repeat, enlargement of left supraclavicular lymph node. This has to be left, not right, left, because thoracic duct will open on the left side, in the left subclavian vein. Hence, this enlargement will may be due to there is a malignancy of the testis, malignancy of testis, malignancy of ovary. There is a malignancy of abdominal organs. Abdominal organs, stomach, abdominal organ only, stomach is also an organ only. Testis, ovary, these, if there is a malignancy in the testis or stomach or the ovary, there may be enlargement of this. If there is a malignancy, if there is a cancer, carcinoma, malignancy of the testis, ovary or abdomen or stomach, these organs there is enlargement. Hence these left supraclavicular are called as signal lymph nodes. They are called as signal lymph nodes. Left enlargement of left supraclavicular lymph node are called as signal lymph nodes. Signal lymph nodes. They are called as signal lymph nodes. If there is an enlargement, of the left enlargement of the left supraclavicular lymph node, signal lymph node, and by doing the biopsy of this supraclavicular lymph nodes, left supraclavicular lymph node, left supraclavicular lymph nodes will help to diagnose the malignancy of the testes or ovary or the abdomen, any abdominal organ. Hence they are called as the signal lymph nodes. These are the things: supraclavicular lymph nodes, signal lymph nodes, because there is a opening of the, in the left side there is a opening of the thoracic duct in the junction of the jugular and the subclavian vein. Jugulo-omohyoid or the subclavian vein, there is a opening of the thoracic duct. Hence these are the things we have seen. The posterior triangle, in the posterior triangle has been, I will brief once again, that is the, it is the space, posterior triangle is a space, in the side of the neck. Posterior triangle is the, once again I repeat here, the boundaries are here, the space in the side of the neck. Posterior border, anteriorly posterior border of sternomastoid, posteriorly anterior border of the trapezius, both will join here. Apex both will join, the truncated, and the base is base is found by the clavicle, and this is due to the omohyoid, obliquity of the belly, inferior belly of the omohyoid. This has been become two, larger occipital, smaller posterior triangle. These are the things. Here the structure, important structures are the external jugular vein, and there is a spinal nerve, you can see here, and there is important factors are, there is the splenius muscles are here in the supraclavicular triangle or supraclavicular triangle. You can see here, you can see the brachial plexus can be seen, and the subclavian part, third part of the subclavian artery is here, and the extrajugular vein open into subclavian vein is here. These are the things has to be known, and it is regarding the posterior triangle. And